Hi everyone, let's talk about some exercise today. Getting up, raising your heart rate, getting your muscles working, all very important to do on a regular basis as much as possible. So a lot of us are pretty sedentary in our jobs. We have maybe a desk job, we drive a lot, something that keeps us seated for a good portion of our day. It's so important, if that's the case, to find ways to get up and get your heart rate increased and get those muscles moving, those joints, get everything active. So a good way to do that would be to incorporate some squats in your daily activity or in your daily inactivity. Work in some activities. So wherever you're starting, maybe you haven't exercised in a really long time, or maybe you have a lot of issues with your knees or your hips, ankles, who knows, lots of issues to be had. So if that's the case, starting low and slow is always the best way to build a new good habit. So maybe incorporate 5 squats after you brush your teeth. Have that trigger of something that you do on a regular basis, like brushing your teeth in the morning and in the evening. So as soon as you finish, you do this really quick thing of pumping out 5 squats. Even if you need to start with 2, if it's something that's difficult, start low and slow. There's no reason that we couldn't plug in 2 squats into our daily routine. So with that, you can start, especially if knees are an issue, by doing some chair squats or box squats. Really anything that is elevated, you will perform your squat touching your bottom to the seat and then coming back up. What you want to keep in mind is you want to keep your knees tracking in the direction of your toes. So if you are a narrow stance squatter and your feet are maybe just hip width apart and your toes are facing forward, your knees need to track forward. If you're more of a wide stance and you open up your toes pointing out, that's the direction that your knees should go. So that's the most important cue. Next thing is when you go to the chair, don't sit down. Don't sit into it, tap it, and come back up. If it's difficult and it strains your knees to just tap the bottom and come back up, then sit back into it, lean forward, and push yourself up. Everybody's at different fitness levels. Everybody's hips and knees function differently depending on what we've been doing for the last few years. So start where you are and kind of take those cues as guides to what best works for you. Always start your squat by first pushing your hips back and then bending at the knee. So if you are beyond, if you're a little bit stronger and you can tolerate squats without some support behind you, then do that. Just keep the cues in mind of your knees, tracking in the direction of your toes. But if you can work up to getting 10 squats every couple hours, work that into your day. Or if we're starting really low, working a new activity, like I said, the trigger of maybe brushing your teeth and then doing the 5 squats or the 10 squats, or even if it's just 2 squats, just work it in where you can. And you'll find that as you are consistent with this new behavior, with this new exercise, you're gonna start feeling stronger. Doing the 2 or the 5 is, you're gonna be able to get it done quickly, and you'll feel like, well, I have time, I'll do a few more, or you feel stronger and more capable, so you're able to add more. The key is consistency, finding the strength in yourself to choose yourself, to choose your health. It's wildly important for our bodies to keep them moving, to keep our heart strong, get that heart rate up. It's great for your heart. Your heart needs that in order to stay strong and healthy. So choose yourself, choose some movement today, And I hope it works for you. I hope you find that feeling of what it feels like to do something good for yourself, and do it every day. You've got this. Have a great one. Thanks for listening.